Hello, all of you Wayward Spirits. My name is Liz Ashley, and I am so obsessed with supernatural that I decided to do some research Winchester style on anything and everything mentioned in the show. And though the show has sadly ended, this podcast is going to keep the family together. So, what do you say? Do you want to join me on the hunt? Hello and welcome to the second episode of season 4 of Wayward Spirit Pod. Thank you so much for listening, and today is going to be extra exciting again because I have some more guests. Yes, I told you all that this season was going to be so much fun. So today I am talking with a Spooky Hour podcast about aliens and alien encounters. I love talking about aliens. I think they're so interesting, and I do think that they're real. And yeah, so this episode is super, super fun. And I am so excited for you to meet my guests. They are also super fun. So, what do you say? Do you want to join us on the hunt? Now, let's get into the episode.
How was your day today? I always start our recordings with that. How was your day?
I love that. It was good. Just editing and work.
Fun. Yeah, I got off work late today, and I'm just like, it's been a day.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Danielle should be on her way in just a minute. Hi, Danielle.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I was like running around my house. I'm like, where the hell did my laptop charger go?
Naturally, like 2 minutes to go, you're like, shit, I need that.
I'm an absolute mess right now. So.
Okay,
Fucking feel that.
A YouTube video. Like I was like, I just wanted to upload before this call.
And I'm gonna guess it took forever because you were like waiting for it to go through before the call. Yeah. How was your day, Danielle? We were just sharing about our day.
I had like 3 naps, so it was like fantastic.
Oh my god, she had the best day out of all of us.
No, right? That's amazing.
You can't go wrong with
it. It was shitty.
I'm sorry.
I
did not work.
I left at like 4:20 today. It's like whenever I work from home, no one needs me. Like I could go like 3 whole days without anybody talking to me. But the second I'm in the office, everybody's like, let's waste Holly's time.
And they know when you're leaving. So they're just like, hey.
Yeah. Someone literally asked me at 3:45 if we could go on a quick Zoom call. And I was like,
what?
That's when you say no.
I should have, because it wasn't quick.
Yeah.
It never is.
Never. No. I should have known.
That is so funny.
I guess we'll just do the thing. So how did you want to do this? Do you have like questions, or are we just gonna
I just kind of like wrote down things that I wanted to talk about. The story is super interesting that you guys telling it. Like I forgot her name. Was it Linda?
Yeah.
Linda, and I'm not gonna try to pronounce the last
name.
No,
I'm not gonna butcher it again. It's not happening.
Oh my gosh, but that story was so crazy, and I just thought it was so interesting, and the fact that there were actual like witnesses to it.
Yeah.
Like blew my mind.
I forgot about that. I just told her I listened to it today, and I forgot there's like 23 witnesses.
Yeah.
There's like so many.
Yeah, it's insane.
But like, okay, so what happened again? So she got abducted basically, and I forgot, like something happened with her nose, and like
she got like a free alien nose job. I remember. I remember that from my re-listening.
So funny.
Basically, but like the thing I find like the most fascinating like with these like alien stories is these people always like lose time. Yeah. And like there's like Linda lost like 2 hours and had to go through hypnosis, and we just did an episode on like the Betty and Barney Hill. I think it was Barney. And they lost 2 hours time as well, and they had to go through hypnosis to like remember it all. And I'm like,
it's almost like there's nuts. A pattern,
right?
It's real.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, it was similar to that. I don't remember how old she was when she got abducted, but she got abducted, lost some time, got some x-rays done for some reason, and they found like a metal piece or something in her nose.
Yeah.
And I remember the x-ray was sketchy because her her niece did it, or
Yeah.
her cousin or something.
It was her niece. It was her niece.
Yeah. So everyone's like, oh, you're faking it. And then she got abducted again and it was removed, right?
Yeah. So she went to her niece, but like we also talked about, I'm pretty sure we talked about in the episode, like here it's like free healthcare, but in the States it's not. So I'm like, if you're gonna go to somebody that's not gonna charge you, I would too.
Absolutely, yeah.
So like,
yeah, I don't
you can't hate her.
I live here. I live in the United States. Yeah, it's too expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think I tell this story like at least once a month on our podcast, but I went to Florida once and I got strep throat and it cost me fucking like $600 to have strep throat in the States. And I was like, we don't pay for that where I come from. Like,
no. Like the most we pay for is like an eye appointment.
Yeah. I'm very lucky though. My dad had insurance. It was fine, but we feel for you. But yeah, she, I listened to it this afternoon, but I just had such a shitty day that my brain is like, But I remember it got removed. And my theory on that was that it was some sort of like spy device or like a camera or like a microphone or something. And the aliens heard them like examining her and they're like, shit, we got to take it out now. And then, yeah, is she the one that goes to the like, the group, the like alien abductee survivor group thing?
I think they all have like their own, because she was with oh my god, what is his name? It's like Bud something, but they all have like their own like little like support groups. And she contacted him because he's like a ufologist. The word I can never freaking pronounce
because it doesn't sound real.
No, it's not. And
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
When you said that, it was really funny because you're like, that's even a word? And I was like, that was a thing. Like, what?
Apparently you can get a degree in aliens. So
I think I like missed like my mark on that. I should have done it because
you should have.
Right? It would have been so much cooler.
Yeah. And then her story, there was a lot of like we said, there was a lot of witnesses, but there was a lot of people who were like, that couldn't have possibly happened. They also had that weird FBI thing too.
They had the two security guys.
Yeah.
That were like, they said they were FBI at first, but they ended up just being like high-end like security for some person, and they never found out like who that person was. Like we have theories. Yeah. And but they basically said that like they were like stuck under a bridge at the time of like her being abducted, and because their car like stalled, and that's what happened with like a bunch of the witnesses is like their cars stalled, and they look up and that's like this big light and this girl just being freaking taken away by aliens. So
yeah, so that there was one of those cases where it was just like there's so much proof. And I think I remember because I listened to it, but I said towards the end, for every point someone could say like this is fake, there's a counterpoint being like, actually, yeah, it could be real. Yeah. So I really like that case. I really like that one.
I thought it was so interesting, and I liked her quote at the end because she was like, if it was just her like imagining it or in some type of state, like then everybody else was in it too.
Yeah.
More unbelievable than just it actually happening.
Yeah.
It's so true. And like with that one, like I don't know. It's so hard to like, I'm sure there's like some people out there that are just like bullshitting everybody just for like money, but like it's like the one with the Betty and Barney. So basically like they like their situation, they didn't want anyone to know and their story got leaked. So everyone's like, they just want it for money. And I'm like, they didn't even want like their story out there. So like,
and I think, I can't remember if it was you or I that said it in the original episode, but it's like, what do all these random 23 people have to gain by saying they witness an alien abduction? Like, what do they get out of it? They don't know Linda, they're not helping her out in any way. Why would you make that up? 23 people who don't know each other. If it was like, Danielle and I were like, yo, we just saw Liz get abducted by aliens. Like, but 23 people who don't know each other.
Right. And I just think it's so crazy that everyone admitted to it, because like I said, people get judged for even like saying, oh, I believe in aliens. So I think like, why would you sit here and be like, oh yeah, I saw that?
It's a really good point too. Yeah. So there were the witnesses were like on paper, so that means they went to like, I guess, police or something, right? So like exactly what you said. Who does that? Like,
I want everyone to know I'm crazy.
Yeah. No, that's a good point too. Like, not many people, I mean, we have no problem saying we believe in aliens, but
yeah.
Water aliens, 100%. It's
water aliens. Have you heard that theory?
I think I've heard a little bit of it. I know it has, like, doesn't it have something to do with like Atlantis or something?
The ocean. So the ocean in general, I go off about this so fucking much.
I want to hear it.
When you go to like the deep sea, like below where humans can swim, the fish are so fucked up. Like, have you seen a blobfish?
No.
Google a blobfish. They're just like, they're so weird. They're all like bioluminescent. They all glow down there. Like, they look like aliens. I don't think they're in the sky. I think they're actually in the ocean and we're looking in the wrong spot. That's what I think.
I love that because there's so much of the ocean that we haven't explored.
Exactly.
So how do we know where they are?
Exactly. And
it's
like,
so true.
So those like freaky fish and stuff, that's just what we've discovered so far. Like, does it get freakier as you go? I'm convinced there's just like Jabba the Hutt is sitting at the bottom of the ocean or something in like some alien palace.
Those are all like the aliens' pets.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The blobfish.
Yeah, exactly. They're like the lower tier aliens. They're like, we don't care if humans see you. Like, you're fish-ish. You're ass. But yeah, that's my theory.
Yeah. We're looking in the wrong spot. It's all underwater.
I also like that you mentioned, because I feel like nobody talks about this, or like nobody's talked about it, but that like the government actually confirmed that there are UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I cannot believe it's not bigger.
I know.
I've seen it just on Twitter a couple times, but like, I know there's like real world issues going on and stuff like that, but I feel like this is a pretty big fucking deal. Like, at least number 3 trend, you know? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
they kind of
being lied to. I feel like maybe,
especially the Tom DeLonge thing. We went off on that in the episode because his actual videos that he recorded, the whoever FBI or whoever were like, yeah, no, that's a legit UFO, and we made fun of Tom for like months. Like, probably a whole year. Yeah, Danielle did. I made fun of Tom.
Yeah, you made fun of Tom. Everyone owes him an apology. The whole world.
Yeah, I gave him a really good one in that episode, so I'm not repeating myself. He knows how I feel.
But yeah, he like for some reason had access to like these videos from like private planes and stuff like that, like the Air Force.
I thought he took them.
No, he got them, and then he was the one who was like, "This is weird. This is so weird." And the government's like, like a year later, like, yeah, it's weird. Like, we have no idea what this is.
And then like Obama, when he was no longer president, he did an interview. Actually, I think it was a recent interview, and someone asked him about the whole UFO thing, and he's like, let's just say there's lots of things I can't tell you today. And I was like,
what does that
Obama
mean?
saw an alien. Like, there's gotta be something out there. Like, it makes no sense that we are
alone.
Like, us, we are the only life in this universe. Really, us? Like,
yeah.
This was the divine creation. Like,
there wasn't anything more. I do love that. I love that so much. Because I believe in aliens. I think I always have. My dad, he when I was younger, I was actually like terrified of aliens because he told me, we were watching an unsolved mystery TV show like about it, and I remember he told me, he's like, you never know, there could be someone like an alien walking down the street and you just don't know that they are one. And I was like, tell me that.
Nightmares for like
skinwalkers.
Yeah.
I started off with like ghosts because my dad was like a believer. He had seen ghosts, and I think from there just like it snowballs.
Yeah.
Somehow my snowball went this way into like murder, but I've always still loved the sort of paranormal alien ghosty thing. I know Danielle gets a lot of it from her dad. Her dad's like,
my dad, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he is an alien.
I was like, we learned so much from like Tom DeLonge, and my dad's like, I've been telling you about aliens since you were like 2. What the hell? What am I, chopped liver?
What do you mean?
Yeah, you're not in Blink-182, Dad. Like,
yeah, I was like, sorry, Dad. You're not as important at this time.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like, I listened to Blink-182 so long ago, like in middle school, and I had no idea that he was into aliens.
Yeah, he like has a whole, like, I don't want to say company, but like he has like a whole alien investigation like group thing, doesn't he?
It's literally like a company.
Is it a company?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like right into it.
Yeah.
I feel like if we had the money, we would also do that.
Why not? Just gotta win that lottery.
Yeah.
Does he just like search for aliens or?
That's what
Literally,
I was like,
yeah.
Does he make music anymore?
Angel and Airwaves, just I don't know if the album's out now, but they're doing a new thing this year.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So yes, he does.
Yeah.
When he's not searching for aliens, he's a part-time musician.
Yeah.
No, but fuck, I forget what we were talking about now before that. I was so sidetracked.
Oh. I don't know either.
We also do this a lot in our podcast.
Yeah, we just kind of like strain.
Yeah.
Like, you know that Up movie when the dog's like, oh my god, squirrel?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely us.
Oh, I love it. This is so much fun. I'm just like,
Oh yay.
I'm like looking at my notes. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, they didn't have toes. The aliens didn't have toes.
Yeah.
That was so weird to me. I've never heard that.
It makes it's so weird because like, how do you walk?
I was gonna ask, were they just like flat foot, like lumps? Like was it, or like I'm picturing like flippers almost, like, you know, when you go scuba diving?
Yeah. See, water aliens.
What?
That's it.
Listen, it all just adds up every time. But
They're actually like a platypus alien. Like that's
was it our last episode we did where we realized that a lot of people also said aliens were gray in color, like that there was like a theme coming up. I think it was like 2 alien cases in a row where the person described it as being like humanoid but like gray and weird looking. So I thought that was interesting that there's like a theme popping up. Like the stories are so similar in every case that it's, you know, it all adds up. I don't know. Aliens are real. That's it.
I mean, I don't know if I really believe in coincidences, and so like I think if so many people are saying this is real, then like I think it might be real.
Yeah. And I feel like if they wanted money, there's better ways to get money than being like, I believe in aliens, you know, this is my story.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and especially again, there's like the embarrassment factor because 1, who wants to admit that? And 2, a lot of the stories talk about like medical procedures happening. And there's you know, tubes going in places that you might not want to openly talk about. So like, you know, who does that just for attention?
Right.
Yeah.
I was poked and prodded by these little gray men for hours. Pay attention to me. Like
well, that's kind of like there was an episode in like the recent Unsolved Mysteries from Netflix. I don't know if you guys watched it, but like it was literally the same thing. It was like these kids who got abducted and they lost time and they were like picked and prodded on. And they finally told someone and everyone's like, oh, you're crazy, like da da da. I was like, why would you tell people that if you felt like you were like put surgery on you or something?
Yeah, especially a child, because that could be like not to get dark, but that's like a sign of abuse when people make up stories like that. So it's like, you don't just tell someone they're crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Because they say they got abducted. But I feel like back in like the 50s and 60s and 70s and stuff like that, where it was kind of prevalent, but people were too afraid to say anything, I'm like, I feel like those have a lot of merit because why would you want to come out and say anything like that back in that time?
Yeah, it's different because
Exactly.
now everybody wants to be on like TikTok and shit. Like everyone, you know, probably like taking selfies on the hospital alien bed thing. But like back then it was so different. There's shame associated with it. You're crazy or you need to be put away. So that's a good point too. I would definitely look a little harder at alien abduction cases from like the 2000s and up.
The society is just like, I know I'm being abducted right now, but hold on, I need to get a selfie.
Let me take a selfie.
Hold on. I would totally do that. Be like, hold on, this has to be remembered.
I feel like I really want to prove to everybody this is real.
Yeah. It's a different vibe now where it's and also we can fake it a lot better now too. Like we have the technology. But no, it's exactly what you said. Those older cases I would say have more merit because no one wants to fake that shit back then.
No, I wouldn't.
No. Well, and it's true, like TikTok, like I love that you mentioned TikTok. It's so funny. I always go on TikTok and I see all the alien stories about like the lizard people aliens. and how like they're taking over, but they're really aliens, but they're also lizards. And I thought that was funny.
Is that the one like the celebrities or the lizard people and all that? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
I'm so
you've never heard that one?
No.
I think that's been going around since like time. Like I remember hearing about it I'm pretty sure it was in a Simpsons episode from the 90s. That's how
so
long
funny.
It's been going around. But yeah, they think like people, it's kind of like Illuminati-ish where like people have power. So like Beyonce is a lizard person. So she actually just wears like a Beyonce mask, and when she pulls her face off, it's a lizard. Who else?
I want to know who came up with this, because it's like, how high did you have to be to get to that level?
I don't know, but we should party with them.
Right.
Who else was on there? I feel like Obama was a lizard. Like, but yeah, it's been around for a while. It's one of those. It's to me, it's close to the Illuminati, at least, because it seems to tie in with like power and wealth and all of that.
Yeah. Well, there's like this. They're called like the Anunnaki, and it's like a race of aliens. There's this like whole thing now where like humans are actually aliens, and we just don't know it.
We're getting existential up in here.
Yeah, no, it's all over TikTok. And I'm just like, this is so wild.
And you get into like the endless loop of just like watching all of them, and you're like, it has to be real now.
Am I real?
Everywhere. Like
we're all aliens. I'm just convinced.
Am I actually a lizard?
We're in a big episode of Black Mirror or something. Like I don't.
Well, I feel like some days I'm like, I'm literally like a sim character, like someone's controlling me.
Especially with this whole like lockdown thing, it's been like, oh God, it's so weird to just sit with yourself all day like that. And like every time there's like a new story coming out that it's like, what the fuck is happening? It's like, am I in a simulation? Like this simply cannot be real.
Like you walk into a room, and then like, you know, when you play Sims and you're like, I don't want my character doing this, you exit out their little bubble thing, and you walk into a room,
feels like right now.
And you forget what you're doing, and you're like, did this person just exit out my little bubble? Like now I can't remember
little
what
like
I was doing.
alien puppet master just like X'd out our life purpose.
That's like onto the new one.
That is so funny. I love that. I'm super into like the Mandela effect.
Oh gosh, yeah.
People say like, oh, it's because we're in a simulation.
God, like I used to say it as a joke,
but now it's like starting to feel really real.
This last year and a bit, yeah, it's starting to scare me a little. The scariest moment for me, I forget what show it was. It was like an award show or something, but the audience was TV screens, so like people like zooming in or whatever into the audience, and it looked just like an episode of Black Mirror where they
terrifying.
Like had to perform in front of a fake audience, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening. This is real. Like,
COVID started this.
We're just like a TV show for the aliens.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it feels like. I also see a lot of memes where it's like aliens are sitting around watching us on TV, and I think it was specifically around New Year's from 2020 into 2021, and they're like, ooh, hold on, it's just about to get good, 2021's coming, like season 2021, because we're back right into the dumpster fire, but like the aliens are just watching us essentially.
We're like the
really shitty soap opera or something.
I was gonna say we're kind of like the poor version of like the Kardashians, but it's like more funny. We're like really good reality TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
This got so existential.
It did.
It really did. I'm like, we got off topic. I don't really care though.
Welcome to how we record the spooky hour.
Yeah. There's no timeline. We just kind of like go with it.
Yeah.
Just winging it.
Yeah.
I love your podcast. It's great.
Oh, thank you.
You guys are so fun and it makes me laugh.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate it. It's really funny because I was like looking at yours and like listening to yours, and I was like, I had to tell you, I was like, I think I watched Supernatural up until I think it was like season 5 or season 6. I can't remember because I caught up and then I didn't have like the channel to watch it. So I kind of like drifted off, but we've been rewatching it because now it's on Prime. So it's like free. And I was watching an episode last night, and it was the one where like the preacher is like blind, but he thinks he's healing people.
Yeah.
I don't know why that one freaks me out so bad, but it does.
Probably the religious tones.
Probably, exactly. It's too much religion for me. But I was like, I'm catching up on it. Like I'm only on season 1, but I'm getting there. But apparently they have a spinoff now.
Yeah.
So they're making one. It like just announced last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's about like their parents like before everything.
I've seen a lot of mixed reviews on it. Some people are like so stoked and some people are like, you're just dragging it through the mud at this point. I kind of see both sides. I almost would like a mini movie instead of like a series.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I agree. I think a lot of people they're also like mad because like John and Mary were kind of not the greatest parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were not even a tiny bit. They're pretty like, I mean, considering what they put them through, a little abusive.
Yeah. Did they leave them alone for like months on end too?
And the dad like taught them how to like I mean, it was to kill monsters, yes, but I mean, still they were like shooting guns and doing all that stuff at like 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And so people are mad because they're like, well, that's not very like why
like family friendly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I have mixed feelings about it. I haven't finished the series yet. I think I made it further than Danielle, but it got too biblical for me and I couldn't keep up.
Like I'm confused.
Rewatch. Yeah, literally. I would love to rewatch though because it was at least season 1 to 5 like my favorite show ever. I just have a very short attention span now and I can't make it past the first episode apparently.
It's so long and it's funny because when people are like, yeah, I'm rewatching it, I'm like, good luck.
Yeah. I was like, I hope I'm committed this time. Like we're getting there. We're watching like an episode or two a night.
I watched it like all the way through and then I don't know. I don't have an attention span anymore. You'd think in lockdown I would want to do stuff like this, but staring into the void is apparently much, much more fun.
And naps.
And naps.
Yeah.
I think it's too much staring at a screen. It's just so like.
Yeah, it is. And that's pretty much all I do right now at work is just stare. I used to have like a very physical job and now I'm just like staring at my screen all day.
I get that.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. And then like I record and I'm like, man, when am I not looking at a screen? I'm like,
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I guess like Fridays we're looking at a screen and then you do the editing. I don't do that. I'm not smart enough for that. So you have even more screen staring.
It's a lot of that's the thing is like with me is like I don't mind it now, but like when I was working, because I'm off on leave now, but when I was working, it was like insane. Like I feel like you need like those, what are they, the blue glasses that like
yeah I almost got that on my glasses. I should have.
I think we're getting to like the certain point of like being old.
Bro, they said the word bifocals at my last appointment, okay?
Dude, I got new glasses, like, and they came in the mail what was it, yesterday, Holly, that I was bitching about it? So it feels like I'm in a fishbowl because I'm so blind. So like I put my new glasses on and I'm like walking and I'm like, I'm drunk. Like I'm going to hit every wall because I can't like, I just feel like I'm falling over. And I'm like, I got to wear my contacts because I can't walk with them. God, and then Holly's like, it's because you're blind. And it's like,
I Googled it. It was your prescription apparently is like right in the middle. So when you like look at your periphery and like a super strong prescription, it like distorts. So she's blind.
I'm just stuck in a fishbowl for the rest of my life. It's brutal. But like staring at a screen with those glasses, I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
That should be fun. That should be fun to adjust to.
Yeah, no, screw that.
Oh my gosh.
Contacts forever. I'd rather, like, I'm so blind that if someone came up and slapped me and I didn't have my glasses on or my contacts, I wouldn't know who slapped me. I would have no idea. Or like what slapped me.
Could be an alien.
It could be, yeah. I'd be screwed. Let's hope no one robs my house at night because
can you imagine? You've just like invited people in at this point.
Yeah, like that's it. Like the description of the person, blurry. Like that's it. Man, this got so off topic. I just talked about how blind I am now.
Once again, this is just what we do.
Yeah.
I love this so much. I'm like, I really don't have any other questions. I just I really just like
we're just shooting the shit at this point.
Yeah.
I just loved that story and I was like, I just really want to talk about it. It sounds so interesting.
And it's like, no offense to you, but it's like one of your most believable ones just because of how many people saw it. Not that the others aren't believable, but this one was like 23 witnesses.
Mm-hmm. I was like, how can you deny that?
Yeah. There's tons of people. And especially it was in New York, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know, not small town Wyoming or anything.
Like
Wyoming is like fields, right? Am I right?
It's just cows.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
There's the Grand Tetons, the mountains, but other than that, yeah, it's pretty much. But yeah. Oh no. Sorry, I think my thing froze. Oh, hello. Okay.
Yeah, you froze.
Yeah, you
froze
froze
a little bit. We were just
doing a head bob.
It's my internet connection. It's so funny. Like I have Wi-Fi, right? And I pay for Wi-Fi, and yet my internet connection is always unstable. And I'm like, okay. Always.
We just bought a booster for our house. So you plug it in. So like our Wi-Fi tower thing is on the main floor, so we plug the booster upstairs, and the idea is that it like drags it upstairs more because our connection is shit upstairs and it shouldn't be.
Right, that's crazy. I
think it was like $50 at Best Buy.
I feel like companies like throttle people's internet, and then they're like, we don't throttle internet. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you do.
Oh, we got unlimited minutes. Look at that. Woo.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, is there any other questions? Anything else you want to shoot the shit about?
Not really. I mean, I wanted to talk about that, and then the government and alien thing. I love that you guys.
Aliens are real. The end.
It also makes me like the thing about the government. Like it kind of worries me in a way, also because I'm just like paranoid of everything in my life. Is like, why are they telling us now that like these are actually like they don't know what they are? Why are they like UFOs? And I'm like, do you guys know something that's gonna happen and you're just not telling us?
So. I actually was thinking about that, and I came up with a theory. I think it's because so many people now are so close to cracking it themselves anyways. Like the whole, like I know the Area 51 thing was supposed to be a joke, but I honestly think that was the start of them being like, oh shit, like people are smarter and have better technology and stuff now. Like I think they're just giving us a little crumb to sort of like quiet us down, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We should have stormed Area 51.
Honestly, like what were they really gonna shoot a bunch of nerds? Because I don't think they were. I think they could have done it. Like I think they should have done it. I almost bought a ticket, but
take one for the team. We'll see what happens.
I mean, there were people who went there.
What's that?
There were people who went there. Like, I don't know what happened.
There was like hundreds, or wasn't there? There was like a good, or like
they just
800.
like camped out. They just camped out. I think
it turned into like a big party essentially, and then I think they eventually got shoved back into town, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they was just
like no one wanted
party.
to die. No one was just like,
no one.
These
was
aliens
really
aren't worth it.
But no, I definitely think there's more that they're not telling us, but I think they're just kind of like dropping crumbs to be like, shh, it's okay, like stop looking at me.
But then also like, are we gonna have like a Independence Day sort of thing, and they're all just gonna like murder us, and then the government's gonna be like, we told you that they were real.
Y'all should have had your own defense.
Yeah, like
maybe Trump was onto something with the whole Space Force thing. Maybe he was.
Space Force.
That's what got me. He made that, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, UFOs are real," and I'm like, "Wait a second."
I didn't even clue that in. So I'm gonna fuck this up, but he basically was it like trillions or something that he spent on this?
I think
he spent a shit ton of money on a literal space army.
Yeah.
Like to put people in space as like
yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And then like a couple months later, they're like, yeah, UFOs are real. And I was like,
So like shit, maybe he was onto something. Also, fuck your healthcare, but let's have space army.
Yeah, like
honestly.
It's crazy.
I think that's what most people were upset about is like, hello, we're literally dying and poor. But shit, now I'm wondering if he was onto something since they've been like admitting things. Damn.
Maybe.
I just remember like seeing that chain of events and I was like, oh well, that's a little unsettling.
It's also kind of scary that he like knows every US secret like ever. And
he has the biggest mouth in the world.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's just like drunk in one of his hotels somewhere, be like, you know, the code for the nukes
is this.
Yeah.
I bet he knows what happened to Jean-Benet Ramsey.
Oh my God, that's probably in one of those, like, yeah, that's like the number one secret that they have. I have to become president now.
Yeah. Holly's, we're gonna
be
vote
the
for
Canadian citizen with zero education
and like background on water, aliens, and murder.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Vote for me.
But you know, like the movie, like National Treasure, like I feel like that could be a thing. Like there's some book in some library with every fucking secret in the whole entire world, and they're just hiding it.
I think so.
Yeah. I believe that. God knows what they're doing.
I mean, Nicolas Cage is in the movie. It has to be real, right?
Did you see his newest trailer? This is off topic again, but it's so bad.
Is it that like
the pig one?
No.
Oh my God. I'm not going to do it justice. So please look up this trailer. I think the movie's just called Pig, but he's like a truffle hunter, so he has a truffle sniffing pig, and someone beats up Nick Cage and steals his pig. The first like minute and 45 seconds of the trailer is silent, so I thought it was going to be like one of those like indie kind of like there's not a whole someone smoking all sad in the corner kind of thing, and then just like a minute and 45 seconds in, it's just Nick Cage going, "Who has my pig?" It's just like,
so it's like kind of like a John Wick vibe, but like
it's exactly, yeah, like that's exactly what people are saying.
A very budgeted John Wick.
Yeah. And he's like sitting at the table with what looks like a mafia guy. He's like, "I know you know who has my pig." And it's just like, someone described it as looking like an SNL skit. And I was like, that's exactly it. This cannot be real. But no, it's a fucking, it's a serious movie. Like, I think he wants an Oscar. Like,
for a pig movie.
It's bad.
I'm here. Like, I'm here for it. I'm going to watch it.
Highly recommend watching the trailer. It's almost like, you know how I say about Twilight, you need to watch it with like a Sharknado lens where like you don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Watch it like that. You might actually like it.
I love that you said that. That's so funny.
I feel like Twilight's like our religion.
Oh God. That's another thing we go off on a lot in our podcast. So Danielle and I, we went to high school together, and we were in high school right at peak Twilight time. Like it had just come out when we were in grade 10.
I think. Yeah,
like I think we went hard. Danielle had it.
Shut up! Don't.
Painted on her bedroom wall. It just said Twilight. We were like fully committed to getting Twilight tattoos. Thank God we never followed through on that. But yeah, now it's just like what I tell people who have never seen Twilight is to watch it like you're watching Sharknado. Mm-hmm. It's just like a comedy, like a mock movie. It's not real, and it's so much funnier when you look at it that way.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it and think of it that way. My
seriously, I did it with my boyfriend. I've been with him for 8 years, and he has refused to watch Twilight for 8 years. I finally broke him down in lockdown. I was like, "Trust me, like it's a comedy. Watch it like the comedy." And the scene where Edward sniffs her for the first time in the classroom, I thought my boyfriend was gonna pee himself. He's like, "This is the funniest shit I've ever seen."
That's amazing.
They just went for the wrong genre. They shouldn't have gone like teen rom-com. They should have gone comedy.
And then they would have won an Oscar.
Yeah.
That's it. Holly can also be the new director of Twilight.
I'm just so good at all of the things, you know?
My best friend, she loves Twilight, and so she always talks about it, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, Twilight." I was like, I mean, it came out I think when I was in like middle school or high school, but I mean, it was okay. Like I watched it.
Yeah.
I wasn't super into it. And so it was just so funny. She was like, "Yeah, oh, Twilight." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Twilight."
Were you on MySpace?
Yes. I love it.
We want to bring back MySpace so bad.
Do you remember what whore trains were when people would have, oh my gosh, I know it's a foul term, but so people would like own the train, and basically, so like say you wanted to be on our train, you would have to like do all these steps. I forget
what
we would
fill
make
out like an
do.
application.
Yeah, we literally made people fill out an application. And then we would put your picture on our train and a link to your MySpace, and then we would share the train so people would be your friend. So the idea was to like build your friend following or whatever. Mm-hmm. We had a Twilight train.
Yeah.
We were like the Volturi, and then below us was like the Cullens or something, and then it was like
it just
I
like
forget
went
how we
down.
did it.
Yeah.
The lowest level was like humans. So like if you only had like 1,000 followers, you were just a human. But if you had like, 5,000 followers, you were like a Cullen kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like a biatch to try to fucking code that stuff. But like when I stopped doing MySpace, someone reached out to me and was like, "Can I take over your train? Because like it's like my life." And I was like, "You can have it. Like
It's
go nuts."
my life. I'm sorry to that person.
Yeah. And they upkept it for like a good year before MySpace got shut down. And I was like, good on them. Because like,
yeah, we have a lot of embarrassing stories apparently.
No, I love MySpace. Like I was using MySpace when it was the whole pop the collar thing, and I had like,
oh my god,
yeah, I had like, oh, it was a whole thing. I was using the pop in my collar on the background as the music.
I love that.
Like, my pink polo, like, yeah, it was great.
we were on like the other side. We were on like the like scene kids and like emo kids and like.
Yeah.
We had like the hardcore bangs where we only had like one eye showing.
Yeah.
My name or we had like stupid Danielle was like Danielle Disaster or something at
something
some point.
dumb. Something really dumb.
we were on the opposite end of the scale.
Yeah. I mean I've like changed so much since then. So it's but I love that. Oh my god, that's amazing. I miss that face.
Right?
Me too. I wish someone would bring it back properly. Justin Timberlake tried.
I was gonna say not Justin Timberlake because he ruined it, but he tried. He
wanted it to be like more of like a music base.
Yeah.
So like think Spotify with like comments essentially, and it didn't fit.
Yeah.
We just want a PC for PC,
It was like made for emo kids. Like that's basically it.
Because you could put a background, you could put music. Like
I thought I was like a back-end developer or something on there.
Yeah.
Like
I can build a website with this. This is great.
Ask me to copy and paste something now though, and I start sweating. I saw a post the other day. It was like, this cannot be the same brain I coded my MySpace page with. Right?
So accurate.
So true. I don't even remember how I did even any of it. Like I don't even remember.
I remember like U was underlined, like bracket U or something.
Oh, and like it was like bracket B was like bold.
Yeah, that's literally all I've got.
That's it. It's funny because like my partner Stuart, he's like a web developer and he hated MySpace. And I'm like, I could do the same thing as you because I was on MySpace. It's fine. And he's just like, no. No.
So I work with him in a strange twist of fate, and he used to like call me over to like show me what he's working on. He'd be like, look what I just built. And I'm like, literally, what the fuck is that? Like, this
is not
like,
MySpace.
Numbers and letters and brackets and slashes. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're showing me, Stuart, but I'm sure it's great. Like,
yeah,
congrats.
I know how to bold a word though, so that's all that matters. Beat that, Stuart.
I just remember like me and my friend fought over who could have, like, we wanted the same song playing on our MySpace page, so we like fought over who would get the song.
Oh my god.
I used to, this is so cringy, but I used to like creep on whoever I had a crush on at the moment and then like make my song the same as theirs, so I could be like, oh my god, we're totally into the same music.
We're meant to be.
So cringe. On the bright side, I got into like some of my favorite bands doing that.
Yeah.
So
do you remember like the top 10?
Yeah, that was
MySpace top 10. That like ruined friendships.
It sure did. I remember I demoted someone, Danielle, who knows who this was, and I literally got like an angry message being like, I cannot believe you put so and so in front of me. Like, I thought we were best friends. And I'm like, first of all, it's fucking MySpace. Like, second of all, we're not, bitch.
It was a disaster. It literally ruined friendships.
It did. It was that serious.
Also, I didn't have like 10 friends, so I was like, how do I have like a MySpace top 10 if
you
I
always
don't even
put
have
bands?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Fall Out Boy was like my number 2 for like ever.
Yes.
Oh, I miss Fall Out Boy.
I miss like old school Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, I'm so not into their new stuff. I want to love it, but I can't even listen to it anymore, to be quite honest.
They've gone a little too pop now.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
I get into this conversation all the time with my boyfriend because there's a very fine line between like, so there's bands like August Burns Red, for example. They're a little bit heavier, but their sound has not changed much in the like 20 years that they've been a band, but they're still selling and they're still doing numbers. Whereas like, you know, I can't think of one now, like Fall Out Boy's still selling, they're doing great, but like another band who doesn't change their sound starts to fall off and everyone's like, why don't they do something different? So it's like, what is that magical chemistry between like, do we keep doing the same thing? And like, yeah, Fall Out Boy, obviously it's working for them, but it's I think it's shifted their fan base because like we don't like them anymore, but I'm sure some 13-year-old does.
Yeah.
Very true. I'm like, I still love Panic at the Disco, but they've kind of gone a little pop too.
Yeah, to me it's like a completely different band. Like each album, to be honest, is like a completely different band.
It is.
To me, Panic at the Disco is A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, and that's it.
My favorite.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like that is their only album. And then there's Brendan, who does his newer stuff. I actually don't hate the newer stuff. It's just not Panic to me.
Yeah, it's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, they're two separate bands. He should have changed the name, to be honest.
Because it's just him, right? He's the only one that's
he's the only original member left.
Yeah.
He should have just called it Brendan. Like,
I was like, just Brendan at the Disco. It's fine.
That's so funny.
Because he is super talented, and I think he does like good like weird pop. It's not like traditional pop, but it's just not Panic.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, If Fever You Sweat Can't Out was like, You Can't Sweat Out. It was like my favorite CD of all time.
It's so cool. There's nothing like it. Even to this day, there's no album quite like it.
No.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
What tour did we see them on? I think it was when they were in there. I know. No. I think it was Northern Downpour. Was it?
Yeah, we did.
When they went
we were. Well, I don't know if I knew you when the first album came out, but I was definitely young enough that my mom said I couldn't go. So yeah. I saw them when they thought they were the Beatles.
Yeah. And there was like carpets all over like the stage.
Oh, wow.
They played very well. Like it was a good show. It's just I would have rather have seen the Nothing Rhymes with Circus tour. That was their first tour.
Oh.
I love that you remember all of this. God, like I can't even remember like what I did last week.
I could tell you like
the name of a concert.
Do you ever like the Bogus Journey tour, Honda Civic tour? Like,
well, do you know the Honda Civic tour is still a thing?
Yeah, it's
just not
way different now. Yeah.
You don't get a car anymore, so
darn.
Great.
Sorry, it's hella dry in here. I keep coughing. I apologize for your editing.
No, it's okay.
What did I say last time? I don't think I included it in our episode, but I was like, it's really inappropriate. But I was like, you're just like, it's like a ghost stick.
Yeah. I couldn't believe you said that either.
Yeah. I was like, I should probably cut that out because it's not
you did
appropriate.
I guess.
I don't remember if I did, to be honest. I like jump the line now. I don't listen to the whole thing. I'm like, I remember at this point, and I just cut it out.
Yeah.
It's too much work.
So much work to edit.
It is.
It's so tedious. I'm like,
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
Do you listen to it after you edit it, or do you upload it?
I used to like listen to it, and then I just got to the point where I'm just like, I feel like we've gotten past that point where like I don't care if we said anything.
Well, it's not only that, it's I think we're more confident now, so there's a lot less of like
and like dead air.
Yeah. And one of the things, one of the comments we get a lot is that it sounds like a conversation between two friends, and it's like, well, because it is. Like we're not editing anything. We're not trying to be too fancy. Like we say this all the time. You know what you signed up for when you listen to it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like I don't want to be like perfect, like a perfect podcast. I'm like, I'm gonna leave our mistakes in because sometimes they're just funny.
Yeah. We actually, I still want to do a blooper reel. We have like cutting room floor footage of it, just like pure insanity, and I would love to do that as an episode one day. Just like, this is how stupid we really are.
We have some like really good ones when we were like eating edibles. before recording, and then I don't eat edibles anymore, so it's just
you had a bad experience.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The last time I recorded at your house before the pandemic, I had an edible that night.
That's the night we almost died.
Yeah, it hit me fucking way harder than it should have. Like I was out for it, and you're like, "Are you okay to drive home?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And then I got to past the old downtown, and I kind of thought to myself, I'm like, I probably should have slept there.
Yeah. And then I'm a terrible friend because I'm like, okay, bye, have fun.
I should have. Well, I mean, it's not entirely it's my fault. I called Carl on the way. I'm like, I don't think I should be driving right now. He's like,
stubborn.
Don't get on the highway. I'll talk you home.
Just start tripping. You just see water aliens run by. And should have stayed at Danielle's.
It's more so that I was overcautious. I'm pretty sure I was driving 20 under the limit. And I started freaking myself out. I'm like, what if I'm driving too slow and they think I'm weird because I'm driving too slow?
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was the last time I got high and drove. I will never do that again.
Yeah.
It was not good for the old anxiety.
At Ontario cops, you're not listening to this. Not driving high.
In America, we're safe.
Yeah, true.
In some places. That's so funny. I'm glad you said you didn't listen to them back though, because sometimes I feel guilty for not listening to them before I post them.
Yeah.
I have a hard time listening to my own voice.
Yeah.
I listen to them sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It back to that existentialism. It's just I can't handle hearing myself. It's really weird. But I listened today. I actually listened to the full episode because I forgot the case I did at the end. So I listened to my part too, and I was like, oh shit, this is a good case. I actually enjoyed it. So
yeah. But when you listen to yourself, you always find faults in it.
Absolutely.
And I find it makes the next episode, that's what you're thinking about, and you're like, oh, don't want to do that again. And then it just kind of messes with the flow. So I'm just
you get what you get, man.
I love it. Now I'm not gonna feel bad anymore.
Yes, don't feel bad. You're doing great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having fun. This feels like we're in one podcast almost. This is flowing very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially in quarantine, we need a good laugh. So we appreciate it.
I also don't remember the last time I spoke to another person.
Besides me.
Yeah. Even at work, I spoke to nobody today at work until my meeting at 3:45. Because everyone's all weird and segregated now, and it's just I'm lonely.
I just hope
I'm half kidding. I'm totally antisocial, and I don't mind it. It's just a little weird for almost 2 years,
Yeah. Yes.
Where do you what is your situation? Are you guys just open, mask off? What's happening where you are?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I live in Missouri, and so
okay.
Everything is open. If you're not vaccinated, then you do have to wear a mask. If you are, you don't. But I mean, I don't really know how they manage that. But in stores and stuff. But yeah, it's open. But I still I'm still working from home. I still do school from home and everything like that. So
so not much has changed.
Right. So I'm home all day.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, because we're in stage 2 or whatever, but literally nothing has changed for me.
No,
everyone's all freedom, and I'm I'm still here.
Still stuck at home,
pretty much.
Yeah,
it's just so weird seeing different parts of the world, how to me seeing concerts is absolutely bananas. I can't fathom that right now.
I'm so bummed about mine because Green Day is going on tour with Weezer and Fall Out Boy. And Green Day is my ultimate favorite band. So I was obviously bought tickets. Yes. So it was supposed to be in 2020, and then they rescheduled it. And then the tour is still happening this summer, except they canceled the only Toronto show, the only Canadian show. They're screw Canada, bye-bye. And so
people have done that.
Yeah, it sucks.
All Time Low did that, and then they added one in November of 2021 as oops, sorry.
Why wouldn't you just reschedule it?
Right. Like, why would you just completely make it go?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Everything's awful. I've just kind of accepted that literally nothing is going to happen until 2022. You just keep the expectation low, and then that way you can't be disappointed, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck, I even think that's high, to be honest.
Right. I'm like nervous because there's a couple supernatural conventions coming up that I already bought tickets for, and I'm just like, because they've already been rescheduled a couple times. So
Yeah.
I forgot they did those.
Yeah.
Have you been to one before? No, it's your first.
Yeah.
Did you do any of the meet and greets or anything like that?
I got 2 meet and greets. I want to get more, but I only got 2 right now because I have to conserve my money.
Yeah,
I feel that.
One of them is Jared Padalecki, who is Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is, it's like there's 2 people, so it's Misha, who's Cass, and then Rob, who's Chuck.
Is Chuck the god one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The beard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I love him so much. He's also in a band that I love, so like I just really love.
Oh, cool.
Him. And then I love Cass and Jared.
Yeah.
No.
They're such a fun cast too. They just look like they hang out all the time, and like, you know what I mean? Like, they're so cute. I wanted to go. There was one on my birthday in Toronto like years ago, but the prices were just fucking astronomical. And I feel like, would I have been in high school? Am I giving myself a favor here?
No, you're college.
It was college. Either way, I was too broke for it.
Believe me.
I really wanted to go. The meet and greet, like, I think all in all, for everything I wanted to do, would have put me at like $500 or something insane. And I was just like, I've got $2.
Yeah. See, for like now, I could be like, I can justify spending that money.
Absolutely.
Because I'm at home, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm still making money. It's fine. But like college, I'd be like, I'd rather go to a bar.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
that's my $4 beer money right there.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with my boyfriend the other day. So there's this like resurgence of things from when we were younger. So like all of our bands getting back together, My Chemical Romance getting back together, this Sailor Moon thing that's coming out. So it's all of these stuff when we were younger is like coming back now, and it's because we're all adults with disposable income now.
Yeah.
So like my mommy can't tell me I can't buy these things.
My mommy
can't say I can't go to that concert.
Yeah.
So it's this weird thing where I think we're gonna be seeing like a lot of like 20-year reunions and shit like that, and I'm all for it.
So basically, we need to get like the group of emo kids and bring back MySpace.
Yes,
that's what.
Just
pool our money together.
Oh wait, you already have the side part going a little bit. I don't. I went middle part. There.
I don't. If I middle part my hair, I look like my father. So I'm not doing it. It's not happening.
I've been rocking a middle part for a couple of years now, and I've been thinking about going back to the side part, but I just feel like everybody's gonna make fun of me and be like, Holly, we've been through this.
Commit. You have to go back to the side part. Don't give up on me.
Dude, I almost cracked my hairdresser on cutting a mullet. The last time I saw her, she was like, I think I'm holding you back. I think we should do it. And then
damn right.
Then it closed again. Gosh, this has taken so many turns. This has been so fun so far though.
I know. Goes from aliens to our MySpace emo kid haircuts.
I love that so much. I mean, I don't have anything else to talk about.
We've covered just about every subject you can imagine.
Yeah. So fun. It was so nice to meet you guys.
You too. I really enjoyed this. Thanks for asking us. We don't do these things often, and for whatever reason, we were just like, yeah, let's do this one. Because like, it just, I don't know, we just said yes this time, and I'm glad it worked out really well.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. This was our first one.
Really? Oh,
well, yeah, it is, because we did the interview the last time.
Yeah, but it was like we got paid for that interview.
Yeah, I forgot about that. This is different. Oh my god. Well, yeah, I had a lot of fun though. I'm glad we said yes. You are lovely. This has been wonderful.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Seriously, it was so much fun. I guess, do you guys want to like shout out your socials or anything?
Oh my god, that's Danielle's job. I don't remember any of them.
My hands are like already sweaty. I'm like, I mess this up every single time. I'm just gonna do Instagram because I think that's like the most
that's our like
one.
central hub.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's just a spooky hour podcast. I probably messed it up, but I think it's that.
No.
It's one of them.
You can find us on, I think, everywhere that you listen to podcasts. I think we've covered them all. We're really bad at promo because we're like really socially awkward.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of mine, I'm always like, and yeah, I think that's it. Bye.
That's literally how like 99% of our episodes end. Sometimes they have like a nice little segue, but sometimes they're just like dying of laughing and we're like, okay, bye.
Yeah. There was one episode, it was so bad. It was just like we were talking and then we both just like something clicked and we're just like, okay, bye. And that's where it just ends. And I'm like, we were cold that day. We just didn't care.
We were just over it. That's probably just how this one's gonna go right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, okay.
But it was really fun and it was lovely meeting you.
It was lovely meeting you. Thank you so much.
No problem. And we hope to chat. You can message us whenever you want. Come say hi. This was lovely.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much to all of my fellow Wayward Spirits for joining me on this journey today. And a huge thank you to A Spooky Hour podcast for joining me. I had so much fun with you all. Thank you so much for joining. And make sure you follow them on Instagram, A Spooky Hour podcast. Yes, they're amazing. All right. And if you want to go on more hunts with me, make sure to subscribe to Wayward Spirit Pod wherever you listen to podcasts or on YouTube at Wayward Spirit TV. And next week, join me while we are actually going to be watching the episode Clap Your Hands If You Believe. I'm so sorry. I made a mistake last week when I recorded that. And yeah, that was not the episode this week. So next week, I promise you, we are watching Clap Your Hands If You Believe. I love that episode and I'm super excited to dive into it. So yes, but I apologize. I did make a mistake last week. But make sure to subscribe and follow and do all of the things so that way you don't miss all the fun. And if you're already wanting more Wayward Spirit, there is some extra content on Patreon. And I have been making a separate podcast for Patreon that is all about the lore and like different lores and mystical stories that aren't told in Supernatural. So if you want to check that out, go check out Wayward Spirit Pod on Patreon. I think it's either Wayward Spirit Pod podcast or just Wayward Spirit. Sorry. Wayward Spirit Pod. It's on Patreon. Anyway. Well, actually, the link is below. So the link is in the description. So check that out. And that podcast is Wayward Lore, is really, really fun. And I love doing it and I love researching the lore. So go check that out if you haven't. And my Patreon members, it starts at only $1 a month. So if you like my content and want me to keep doing it, that would really, really be helpful. All right. And if you want even more Wayward Spirit Pod, make sure to check us out on Instagram at Wayward Spirit Pod, at Wayward Spirit TV, on YouTube at Wayward Spirit TV, and like I said, on Patreon at Wayward Spirit Pod. And all of these links are in the description, so go check them out. And I love you all. All right. All right, everyone. I will see you all next week, and don't forget to stay spooky. Bye.